Hey everyone, thank you for coming to my channel. My name is Jill. Thank you so much for watching. Before we get into today's video, I just want to remind you, please subscribe, comment down below, like this video. You know the drill, just press all of the happy buttons on the page. And without further ado, let's get into today's video. I'm sure you have all been seeing a lot of 2021 best of, worst of content on your timelines, in your feeds, and I'm here to add to that. So today I'm going to be talking about the most viral products of 2021 and if they're worth it or not worth it. I haven't tried every viral product, but I've tried a lot of them. I also am obsessed with TikTok, so I'm very much entrenched in that beauty community in TikTok. I watch probably way too much, honestly, way too much, more than I really need to. I'll just be like sitting in bed bored, and then 5 hours later, I'm like, oh, I was on TikTok that whole time. In any case, I've seen a lot of viral products. A lot of these have come over to the YouTube side of things. People are posting about it on Instagram. So just viral products that people cannot stop talking about. I needed to try them out. I really needed to. I was like, oh, this person says it's good. This person says it's good. I need to try it. So over the past, I'd say 8 months or so, I really went in. I went in and I tried so many of the viral products. So I definitely have a lot of thoughts and opinions, and all of these I've been using for multiple months, or if I haven't been using them, that's because I don't like them, but I've had them for a while. So I am now very confident in my opinions. I have full detailed opinions about every single product I'm about to mention. So let's get into it. The first thing I'm going to talk about was a product that went viral earlier in 2021, and that is the Maybelline Sky High Mascara. I actually have a dedicated video on my channel that I'll link below where I try out Maybelline on one side and then I have all these different other mascaras on the other, and I kind of test out and see what's better, what's worse than that mascara. In any case, I didn't love the Maybelline Sky High Mascara. I think that it's a good lengthening option, but it does not give you any volume whatsoever. Also, the wand is a little weird. It's very bendy, and my wand in particular is like fully bent. So in the video, you can actually see that it has the handle, and then the part where the mascara actually goes onto your eyes is kind of like this. It's just weirdly bent over. I don't know if that's a malfunction, but I have seen other people say that theirs is also very bendy. I personally don't like that. I understand it because it can get better in between the lashes and really wiggle it in there. I just didn't really like it. I don't think it provided enough volume. It was kind of hard to get off. It did not transfer, so that's one thing, but it was kind of hard to get off. And the last thing you want to be doing is tugging at that sensitive skin around your eyes. I would not repurchase it. It's not a bad mascara. I just don't think it necessarily deserved all the hype that it got. It's decent, but it's not fantastic. Up next, I'm going to be talking about the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear Powder. So just like everyone else, I saw this online and I was like, I need that. I actually really like powder foundations that are full coverage. Today I'm wearing the Makeup Forever one, and I like it because I feel like it gives my skin more of an airbrushed look, and getting a powder that doesn't look cakey and heavy and can look airbrush and not emphasize your pores is difficult. So when people were showing this online, I was like, oh my god, I need that. So yeah, I went out, I got it, and I immediately didn't like it. The first time I used it, I did not like it. It looked very cakey on the skin, especially when you look up close, and it creased really bad into my smile lines, and usually that doesn't happen to me. I mean, I've had this foundation on for a good 4 hours. I haven't touched up at all. I don't think I have any creasing. I have a little bit under the eyes. I will always have creasing under the eyes, but as far as my smile lines, I wouldn't say things settle there that often. I guess I'm not a very smiley person, I don't know. But that powder in particular settled probably after like 20 minutes of me wearing it. And I didn't even feel like I put on that much. I used a big fluffy brush. I didn't use a sponge. I didn't cake it on. And I did use setting spray to really pat it into my skin. So it was really shocking to me that it creased so quickly, because usually when you put on setting spray and if you use a fluffier brush, it's not going to deposit so much product. And using that setting spray will really help you push it into your skin, really set that foundation and help it not crease. So it was surprising to me that that happened. I used the Milani Make It Last setting spray. I use that every time I do my makeup. It works so well, and I've never had any problem with any foundation when I have used that setting spray in particular. Up next, we have the e.l.f. Putty Blushes and the e.l.f. Putty Bronzer. The e.l.f. Putty line in general is super popular. I pretty much have everything except for the acne fighting primer, but I've tried really everything in that line and it deserves the hype in my opinion. So I'm wearing the Putty Bronzer and the Putty Blush today. I'm wearing so much blush though that you can't really attribute this to the Putty Blush. For the bronzer at least, that is what I use to contour today. And what I like most about the e.l.f. Putty line and e.l.f. in general is that it's so super affordable. I do really appreciate that. And it's just more likely that people are going to be able to actually purchase that because again, it is on the more affordable side. It's $5 versus $30. I also think that the shade ranges for both are really nice. You can get a lot of different colors in the blush, and the bronzer has a good amount to choose from. Not as many as the blushes, but still a good amount. The only thing is I think that the Putty Bronzer does not blend out well with a brush. You really need to blend that out with a sponge, so beware of that. And with the blushes, they are a bit more sheer, so you do have to build that up if you want a loud pop of color as far as your blushes go. I think that the e.l.f. Putty Bronzer and blush are so well worth it. They're a great price point. They work really well. I do think that there are small, tiny details that you have to kind of figure out how you like to use it and what works best for you. But in general, I think that they're great products and they really do compete well with the higher end products I've bought from Sephora or online, and they look beautiful in my opinion. Especially the bronzer is super easy to apply, and the blush just gives you this really nice gentle flush of color. You can build it up to be more in your face, but if you're just looking for like an everyday look, that blush honestly is perfect and it doesn't start off too pigmented. I would much rather have it be on the less pigmented side than more pigmented, because then it really becomes hard to tone down when you have too much right on the first go. Up next, we're going to talk about the Ordinary BHA mask. So I actually ordered this before it came viral, and then I saw it become viral online and I was like, oh my God, I'm so smart. Look what I got. So I do use it and it definitely works. It's a great price point. The Ordinary in general has a great price point. They're sold at Sephora, which can be very convenient because they're very hard to find elsewhere. There are a couple places in New York City you can get them at the store called Ricky's, but other than that, I've never seen it anywhere else besides Sephora and Ricky's. So it is nice that they have that option on Sephora where you can get more affordable products. The BHA serum in particular, that one's more of a mask. You put it on your face, you wait 10 minutes, and then you wash it off. I do think it works. However, I don't love it. So it works perfectly fine. It does what it's advertised to do. I just think that I can get the same effect with really any type of BHA, AHA toner, and I don't have to wait that 10 minutes. It doesn't get messy. I can just put it on a cotton pad. And to top it all off, those toners don't make my skin tingle and get that weird itchy type feeling that the mask gives me. It's not a horrible feeling, it's just uncomfortable. And if you've used it before, you know what I mean. Sometimes on your skin, it can just get a little tingly, especially as it goes on into that 10-minute time frame. Your skin just starts to feel like you really want to itch it, but you know you can't. You know what I mean? I did end up using the entire thing. I very much like to use up my products and get rid of them, so I wasn't going to let it go to waste or anything, but I would not repurchase it again because I can get the same exact effect from my toners, and they do the same thing but without the mess and without that tingly feeling. Up next, we have the Denman Brush, and as you can see, I have curly hair. I don't know if the light is bright enough, but hopefully you can see. I have pretty curly hair. It's certainly fine, but it's definitely curly. So I thought that the Denman brush would work great for me because I'm always looking for the best way to define my curls, make sure they're not frizzy, make sure that this doesn't just poof out to here. And I was excited to try it. It did not do one thing for my hair though. Again, I have super fine hair, so I feel like if your hair had texture to it and it wasn't fine like mine, it would be able to grip better and maybe the curl would come out better. But honestly, the before and afters of me using the Denman brush are exactly the same. I have a dedicated video on it as well where I try it out for the first time. I will link that below. That's not to say that it's not going to work for anyone. I mean, obviously people have really great reactions to it online. It just didn't work for me. So if you have a hair type like mine, which is curly but very, very fine and thin hair, I don't recommend it. I don't think it would work for you. Also, I want to note that if you want to find curls like that, you can also just take individual pieces of hair like this and twist it around your finger, let it fall while it's wet, and this curl theoretically will look very similar to what the Denman brush does. But I got mine for $20. I do think it was a waste of $20 though. I did have to try it though, so I'm not like bummed that I spent the $20 because no matter what, I was gonna be trying that brush. It just didn't work for me, and I personally don't recommend it for hair that is similar to mine. Up next, I also have a dedicated video on this product. It is the Peter Thomas Roth IRX Tightening Cream. I believe that's what it's called. It's a very long title, so I might be missing a word or two, but basically it's that tightening under eye cream that went crazy viral on TikTok. You couldn't find it anywhere for months and months and months. I recently got my hands on it from the Sephora sale. It was 25% off, and I was like, oh man, this is like a sign that I need to buy this because I have very, very crepey, dry, textured under eyes, so I'm pretty much willing to try anything to mitigate that situation. Put it on, I tried it, I put makeup on top of it, tried it again, tried multiple layers, and it really just did not do anything for me. It feels like a silicone primer, so I think it primes your eyes in a way and almost prepares it for the makeup like a primer would, but it definitely didn't get rid of any of the puffiness or any of the wrinkles. I would say, honestly, a blurring powder that I used today did a much better job of blurring the texture in that area than that eye cream or eye tightener did. I would actually argue that you could probably use that as a primer over your entire face because it really just felt like a silicone primer. So especially for that price point, something has to happen there, you know, like something needs to work to make that price justifiable, and to me, it's not. Up next, we have the KP Bump Eraser from First Aid Beauty. I also have a dedicated video, actually 2 videos discussing the KP Bump Eraser, so I will link those down below as well. So this is for keratosis pilaris, which are these bumps. A lot of women get them on their arms, men do too, but it's more common in women. My doctor specifically told me, and I quote, "There is nothing you can do to get rid of keratosis pilaris." So I thought that there was nothing you could do to get rid of it, honestly. So when I saw this product, I was like, I have to have it. And I actually ordered it before it went viral again because I bought it the second it dropped, like the second. Just because I hate the keratosis pilaris. It is normal, I just don't like the way it looks, you know? I bought it, tried it out for a while. This, I would say, it works, but it takes a very long time to see the results. First off, you have to use it for a solid month, or at least I did, before I saw any benefits. Also, you're supposed to use it 1 to 2 times a week, but for someone like me who has eczema and dry skin, it's very difficult to use it that 2 times a week because it would irritate my arms too much. It would just dry them out too bad, and then the positive effects would really dissipate and I'd have to start all over again. So if you have sensitive skin, eczema, dry skin, whatever it may be, I would just go lightly with this and use a moisturizer after you get out of the shower. Also, don't use hot water, use warm, lukewarm water, and that'll help not dry out the skin and you won't get itchy or irritation or anything. It's very important that I moisturize the second after I get out of the shower to make this not irritate my arms. It technically works, but there are things that you need to be mindful of when you go in and use it. I think you can also buy smaller sizes, so you don't have to buy the full size like I did, because it is pretty pricey. So if you can get your hands on the smaller size, I do recommend doing that. I think in general, first aid beauty products can be very overrated. This I wouldn't say is like super overrated, because it does work. It just, again, it takes a while to see those benefits, and sometimes you can't use it twice a week or even the once a week because it is so abrasive on the skin, and then that sets you back even more time from seeing those benefits. Next, I have the Revlon styling brush. This is so 100% worth the hype. It's not even funny. Like, I don't even know what else to say except the internet got this one right. If you have not tried this, I would highly recommend it. This isn't even my first blow dry brush. I've had other ones in the past, and then everyone was raving about this for years, and I was like, I already have, why buy another one? But I just went for it because the one I had is a little bit too small, and it was very hard to get the hair up here to lay flat. It would always end up frizzy. So I got that one because it is a little bit bigger, especially when you have fine hair like this. It works so well, so fast. It looks like a professional blowout. For me, it took literally like 10 minutes. It's also just so much better for your hair than straightening it. Also, you get a little bit more volume when you use one of those blow dry brushes than if you straighten it. So if you want a blowout style and you have not tried this product, I really highly recommend it. Even if you think, oh, my hair is so unwieldy, so frizzy, or so much of it, it's not gonna work. I'm telling you, it probably will. I can't say 100% certainty because I don't know everyone's hair type, but I have seen and known a lot of different friends and family who have used this in the most of humid conditions, the most dry conditions, people with thick hair, fine hair, curly hair, unwieldy hair, frizzy hair, all different types of hair, and everyone I know loves this brush and they get amazing results from it. Next up, we're going to be talking about the Glow Recipe Niacinamide Dew Drops. I bought this kit back in the spring, and it had all these different Glow Recipe products in it. It did not have this niacinamide drop thing in it. So I went out and got it because I was like, ooh, I really want to try it. Everyone's saying it makes their makeup so nice and glowy and their skin just looks radiant, and I want that. But through the last couple of months using all those products and these niacinamide drops, I have come to the conclusion that I don't really get the hype with any Glow Recipe product. I have videos that I'll link down below where I try out the eye cream for 30 days, other videos where I just test everything out for 3 months. In any case, it'll be down below. But I think that especially for the price, the Glow Recipe products really are not worth it, and I don't see anything beneficial to my skin. The niacinamide drops specifically, I didn't use them over an extended period of time. I only used them a few times just because I could not stand the texture. It made my face so sticky. Also, everything from Glow Recipe typically is very fragranced, and I don't want to be leaving on a fragrance on my skin the whole day. It could be very irritating, and that fragrance is super strong. Like, it smells like candy from childhood. It's very strong. So first off, I don't really want to be putting that on my face on a regular basis. I can't say whether over time it would improve your skin or not because I'm just not really willing to test that out. I just hated the way it felt. It felt sticky. You know that feeling when you put a really thick lotion on your hands and it's all sticky and then you can't get it off and it doesn't really sink into the skin? That's what it felt like on my face. I really hated it, and I thought it was gonna give me some nice moisture underneath my makeup, but I needed a moisturizer even on top of that before my makeup because it did not provide any hydration. They're literally called dew drops, but I did not have any type of dew on my face. I actually felt like it mattified my skin because it was so tacky. I just felt like everything stuck to it. It was patchy. It made my makeup patchy, and it was just really uncomfortable, and I really did not like it. Last product is going to be the ABH Brow Freeze, and this shockingly, you know, based on everything else I've said, I feel like I wasn't that positive, but this shockingly is very interesting, and I do recommend it, especially because you can get it on sale now, so it's much more affordable than it was before. I've been seeing it anywhere from like 30 to 40% off, so definitely grab it while it's on sale. If it's not on sale, I would wait because it's probably gonna go on sale again. But this stuff is legitimately like glue. Like, it'll glue your brow hairs down and they will not move. If you have unwieldy brows, I would definitely try this out. It is a little bit annoying just because you have to like rub your spoolie in there and then get it distributed around the spoolie well enough to then coat your brows and not be all stuck in one spot. Also, you gotta make sure that the cap is really shut so it doesn't dry out. And it does not come with a spoolie. You have to purchase your own. Don't purchase the ABH one. It's so expensive and you can literally get a spoolie for free from Sephora. So like, just don't even waste the money on buying the actual spoolie. But as far as the product, it does work. It really just holds your brows there. It says freeze, they freeze. I would be really interested to see though, e.l.f. just came out with a dupe that it's much cheaper, and I think that they typically see what these viral products are and then quickly come out with a dupe. So I would love to do a comparison because I do have the ABH one, so maybe I'll pick up the e.l.f. one and do a little comparison. Let me know down below if you'd be interested in seeing that. But as far as the ABH one, I can say it 100% works and it does exactly what it advertises to do. I'm actually wearing one of them today, not the Brow Freeze, but one of ABH's other brow gels, and my brows have not moved. They feel pretty stuck in place, but not sticky and not tacky. They don't feel like they're stuck to my skin or crunchy or anything, so I do appreciate that. And I think in general, ABH has good brow products, so if you're looking for brow products, a lot of their stuff is on sale now, so I would highly recommend checking those out. But those are all of the viral products I have tried out this year in 2021. These are all products that went viral in this past year, and I just wanted to give you some of my recommendations, some things I don't think are worth it, so you can really go into 2022 knowing everything that was good and bad from 2021, and we can leave all those bad products behind and say hello to all of the new viral products that are undoubtedly going to come our way. And those are all of my recommendations. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you found this helpful and interesting. Thank you so much for being here and watching my content. Before you leave, please subscribe, like this video, comment down below. You know the drill. Just press all of the happy buttons on the page and I'll see you in my next video.